Hi everyone, Mr. Assassin here for you today, doing One Piece chapter 801, and I'm actually going to do a discussion because this chapter is very cool. It has a lot of things in it, but the only thing that really matters in this whole chapter is that Sanji's bounty says only alive, and now it is confirmed that Sanji is somehow important for the world government. There were a lot of theory even before this chapter that stated that Sanji as a character has no background, he has no backstory. We simply don't know anything about Sanji's past, and the way he dresses, the way he acts, the way he's stylish in a sense that he could be royalty, and he always kept his face hidden from pictures. That's why he always has that strange picture on his bounty poster, that drawing, because he hid his face because he didn't want anyone to know about his true identity. Now, in the One Piece world, things have begun to stir up, and it seems like Don Flamingo, if you think about a deck of cards, the only card in a deck of cards that is unique is the Joker. All the other cards come in pairs, like there are 4 kings, there are 4 queens, there are 4 jesters, and so on and so forth. If we use that logic to symbolize the One Piece world, it would mean that everybody is replaceable except the Joker, which is one. Apparently what Don Flamingo is saying is that without him being the glue that tied up the world government, the Marines and the Yonko, he tied them up together in a giant, let's say, administration, if you want. Without him, everything falls apart. Now he states something even more interesting. He states that Whitebeard could have taken Roger's throne. He could have become king of all pirates, but he chose to kneel before that empty throne. And we all know that Whitebeard didn't want to become king of pirates. He just wanted to have a family, and that's why he didn't take the title up. But I think there is more here than meets the eye. Because if you think about it, the Marines do not actually hunt the Yonko. You don't see the Marines hunting Shanks. You don't see the Marines hunting Big Mom or Kaido or Whitebeard. They didn't hunt them down. They have the world pretty much split up, and everyone was happy with the arrangement. However, the Marines hunted Roger, and Roger was the king of pirates. I don't think they hunted him because he was the king of pirates. No, that would imply that they have to hunt the Yonko as well, because at any given time a Yonko could become king of pirates by challenging the others. But they didn't. Well, the reason I think they hunted Roger was because he found out something that no one wanted to come to light. And this is very interesting because Roger, to our knowledge, is the only one who has found the One Piece. I mean, the One Piece is his treasure, quote unquote. But Whitebeard didn't know what the One Piece was. And One Piece, as all the manga One Piece community knows, is not a real treasure. No, I don't think there's anyone who still believes that One Piece is a real gold treasure. No, One Piece is information or a weapon. So Roger found that out, and that's why the world government hunted him down and killed him. They simply wanted to silence him up. Now, this is very interesting. I saw some pictures on the internet depicting a tree that has Logia fruits, Paramecia fruits, and so on. And that got me thinking, where do those fruits came from? I mean, we know how Don Flamingo created them. We know he created them artificially with the help of Caesar Clown. But that is now, in our days. But devil fruits have existed ever since 1,000 years ago, or maybe even more. Back then they were not created, genetically created. Back then they were just a limited amount of devil fruits, and we know that when a devil fruit user dies, the devil inside the fruit goes back into another fruit. So where do the fruits come from? The actual first devil fruit. And it stands to reason that they would come from a tree. Now, this is a very big stretch, but what if the celestial dragons actually brought the fruits to the One Piece world? Because we know that the One Piece world from the manga, doesn't encompass just this world. It has other planets orbiting around this world, like for example the moon where Enel is, and we know that on that moon there are two species of creatures, one of toys and one of I don't remember the other one, but they were fighting when Enel got to the moon. So there are other species on the moons orbiting the One Piece world, and the theory is that the celestial dragons came from one of those moons. That's why they are dressed as astronauts. So what if they brought the fruits with them in the One Piece world? And that created devastation for the blank century, along with the weapons, Neptune, Uranus, and I don't know, the other weapons of mass destruction. And one other question that I always pose is, if devil fruits exist, then are there angel fruits? I think that's even more of a stretch because nothing in the One Piece manga hinted upon that. But if you think about the power of the Gorosei, these people, this elite group of people, have been holding the world hostage for thousands of years. Are the devil fruits abilities that powerful where not even the Yonko are willing to battle against them? Or is there something else? Do they have angel fruits, for example? Again, this is a stretch. What I'm basically trying to say here is that now a war is starting, like Don Flamingo said, a war for hegemony, and this will not only encompass this world, but it will encompass the other world. I think that in the next years of One Piece, we will find more and more about the real story behind the celestial dragons, and we will find more about where they came from and how they conquered this world, what was here before they came, and also about other races that live on the moons. I think that the final arc of One Piece will encompass everything, just like Oda said. But Oda, I don't think he was referring just to this planet. It will encompass all the planets and around all the moons, should I say, around this planet and all the other races that are currently living on those moons. So basically what's happening now is that everybody is in a struggle for power. They need, right now, they don't get their weapons from Don Flamingo. Each Yonko is in a way threatened by this. We got the young supernovas that are trashing the Yonko ships, they are attacking them. We got the marines that are divided because there are marines like Fujitora and Aokiji, which have their own sense of justice. Aokiji isn't even a marine anymore, he's a Blackbeard pirate, but my theory is that Aokiji is working as an undercover agent in the Blackbeard pirates. So the marines are divided. Akainu is not controlling his people the way he should be controlling his people. He's not controlling Fujitora, for example. We have the Gorosei, who seem to not agree with Akainu's methods. So there's a miscommunication between the world government and the Marines. If you remember, back in Enies Lobby, Luffy actually burned the flag of the world government and thus declaring war on the entire world government. So that is not something that is quickly forgotten. So everything is in a turmoil right now, and things were at peace before Luffy defeated Don Flamingo, or at relative peace, because all the Yonko, all the Marines, the world government, they knew the revolutionary army. They knew what their goal was. like for the world government, total domination; for the revolutionary army, the destruction of the world government; for the Yonko, to defeat each other, or who knows. They had their goals set in their mind, but it was kind of a stalemate before Don Flamingo was defeated. Now that Don Flamingo was defeated, that was the spark that ignited this movement. And currently it's not a war. It's the beginning of the war, because currently nobody is fighting anybody. But they are moving their pieces into place. So things have started to move. Slowly, but they have started to move. And we are going to see, I hope, more and more battles coming up ahead in the One Piece manga, and larger battles as the sides are decided, because now in the beginning of the war everybody is going to be battling everybody, but as the war intensifies they will have to pick a side. Like lower tier pirates will have to pick a side. I'm either with Shanks, I'm either with Blackbeard, and so on and so on. And we will see these little scuffles between pirates actually becoming something bigger and bigger and bigger, until all the sides are decided, and then the final arc will come and everything is encompassed into war. So that's my theory on this. Apparently Sanji is he's wanted alive by the world government, and this might mean two things: either that he has certain information that the world government needs, or that he is royalty, the son of somebody in the royal government, maybe even the Gorosei, and they want him back before the war starts, so they could protect him or they could use him in the fight. That's my One Piece discussion. I will also make a One Piece discussion about the Yonko. I'm planning to do that this weekend, I think on Sunday, if I have time. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.